The ambulance. You'll be in perfect health until you die. That's the tagline. Okay, thanks. Well, let's get into it. The Ambulance is from 1990. It lasts about an hour and 35 minutes. It stars Eric Roberts as Josh. Yeah, and the movie opens with him just walking around New York City, just hassling this young lady.
I'm with the U.S. Census Bureau, and I must ask you a question. Are you married or in love?
And I need to be left alone. Go away.
That's correct. You know.
He sees a woman on the street that he thinks she's very attractive, so he won't leave her alone. Seriously, he follows her until she collapses. She falls onto the ground. An ambulance picks her up instantly. Yeah. Turns out she's diabetic, but we won't find that out until later. Now, Josh was on his lunch break while this happened, so he goes back to his work and he tells his boss, I'm going to take the afternoon off, I need to go and find this girl in hospital. Yeah, leave her alone? I mean, you can take a hint. She collapsed. That's quite a hint. Yes, it is. By the way, his job is as a comic book artist. Yeah, and his boss is Stan Lee, playing Stan Lee. Yeah, Stan Lee in an actual acting role. Well, he's playing himself. Yeah, I suppose not too much acting required. So Josh goes around several hospitals, phone up several hospitals. None of them have seen this young lady. All he's got is her first name, Cheryl, and what she looks like, but none of them say anyone like that's been admitted. So he goes to the cops straight away, and he meets Lieutenant Spencer. Yeah, James Earl Jones is Lieutenant Spencer. He says, give it a rest, mate, basically. And he also meets a female cop, Malloy, yeah, who he also fancies. Keep it in your pants, Nate.
Women wanted in.
He draws the ambulance that took Cheryl. He shows it to all the hospitals. He shows it to all the cops. They're all like, calm down. He's wandering around the street with a drawing of Cheryl he did. Yeah, it's New York City. What are the chances? Well, it turns out the chances are pretty good that someone will recognise her, because someone does recognise her. Someone says, hey, that's my roommate. This young lady is roommates with Cheryl. And she says, let's go to her work where I last saw her. So they go to her work, which is like a restaurant or something. Yeah, done that. Tonight it's filled with horses. Yeah, the roommate goes into the building. Next thing you know, the door bursts open. A load of horses run out. And so does the ambulance. Yeah, the ambulance wheels out, and the roommate's been taken by this ambulance as well. So now Joshua's thinking, maybe the ambulance is involved. Josh returns home, and during the night he wakes up. He is really ill. He's been poisoned at some point. Yeah, I don't know when, I don't know by who, but he's been poisoned. An ambulance is called, he's taken away. He's gone frantic. He's like, oh my goodness, they're going to kill me. They're going to kill me. This is the evil ambulance. Turns out it's a regular ambulance. They take him to a regular hospital where they handcuff him to a bed.
I support it.
But even this regular ambulance turned up really quickly. I don't know who had a chance to call them, but anyway. While he's in hospital, a cop turns up. Yeah, a dodgy fake cop. He turns up with a dodgy fake ambulance crew. These are the bad guys. And they choke out the nurse in charge of the ward, take her, and then they try to take Josh. Yeah, but the old guy in the bed next to Josh, Elias, he's this plucky 78-year-old or something. He's great. He is a good character. He sets off the fire alarm, which scares off the bad guys.
What are you guys doing here? I'm talking to you guys. What are you guys doing here? Don't tell me it's a hospital. What are you talking about? What's the matter with you? Don't, I did. Go ahead, sue me. I smell smoke. Everybody out! Fire!
Look, leave him. Take her.
We find out the nurse that was taken is also diabetic, like Cheryl. Yeah, there must be a link there, do you think? Yeah. Josh and Elias escape from hospital. Yeah, they pretend to be a grieving father and son. Yeah, and they go out and they find the ambulance on the street. Yeah, so Joshua goes to nearby phone booth to call the cops, and while that's happening, Elias is beaten up and taken. Yeah. So now Joshua phones James Earl Jones, Lieutenant Spencer, Spencer heads towards him, but while he's heading towards him, he sees the ambulance driving past him. He thinks, oh, there's an ambulance, that must be the dead guys. There's one of the 50,000 ambulances in this city. I better start it. He turns his lights on, gives chase, stops the ambulance crew get out, they pull back the sheet on the body in the back of the ambulance, and it's one of the dead guys. He jumps up and stabs Lieutenant Spencer. Yeah. He's still chewing his gun as he's dying. Yeah, he manages to come back to his feet, and then the ambulance run him over. And that's him dead. We don't see him again. Yeah, very unceremoniously for James Earl Jones.
But you'll die.
Nothing can stop that now.
Sorry, he passed away.
Back at Josh's apartment, the next night, Malloy turns up. Yeah, Josh just gives up. Every time he doesn't get an answer, he just goes home. Yeah, well, Malloy turns up. He kisses her, despite being like, oh, Cheryl, keep it in your pants. But he tells Malloy that he's going to find out what's happening. So the next day he goes to this scrapyard. Yeah, because this ambulance needs specific tarts. So he's going around scrapyards seeing who could have sold this old tart that no longer is in circulation. Yeah, while he's in one of these scrapyards, he meets a gang. Yeah, and the gang beat him up and steal his wallet. And then the ambulance crew show up. So, quite smartly, Josh turns the gang onto the ambulance crew.
Hey guys, how you doing? Long time no see. Where you been? Hey guys, you know what's in that ambulance? Drugs. They got morphine. They
Say,
got
hey,
heroin. They got plenty of
look,
clean
they got
needles.
needles. You don't have to share needles. They've got all these medical supplies. They've tried to look at money in the ambulance. Beat the nut. Yeah, so there's a big fight between the gang and the ambulance crew. It's a very good scene. And then, but the ambulance crew win. Yeah, because they're all giants. Yeah, they're pretty big guys. And then Joshua's taken. He's strapped to a gurney in the back of the ambulance. He manages to kick the door open though at some point. Comes flying out, all the way down an acid road that's all a big steep hill. He almost dies. Yeah, crashes at the bottom, gets off the gurney, and runs off. While he's making his escape though, he stumbles upon an actual murder scene, and the detectives there are like, hey, you saw what happened, didn't you? Come with us, we're going to interrogate you until you confess to seeing some Puerto Rican guy commit this murder. Yeah, dodgy cops. Yeah, lazy cops. So Josh is taken away by actual cops, even though they're lazy and dodgy. They take him to the police station where he meets Malloy. He tells Malloy in the back of the ambulance he saw something. He saw a badge on a jacket of one of the ambulance crew. Yeah, and it's the name of the club. Turns out these ambulance crew are all like security at this club. Vinto. Yeah, Vinto, whatever that is. But they go to this club. Malloy, Joshua, and some actual cops go to this club, and they find the ambulance sitting in the middle of the floor. Yeah, and the doctor who's running this whole operation, he's this like evil magnum. Yeah, he's got a Tom Selleck moustache. Very impressive. Yeah. The club clears out because guns are pulled, cops are here, and then there's a big standoff between the cops and the security guys / fake ambulance crew / fake cops. That the real cops out under them, so they start to arrest and all. Josh and Malloy got upstairs in the club and they find all these people. All the people that have been taken by the ambulance are there, strapped to beds. They're all alive, but they're all about to be operated on, or have been operated on, or experimented with. Anyway, they find Cheryl. Cheryl says, oh, thank you so much for finding me.
Would you do me a favor?
Name it, anything.
Would you call Robbie for me and tell him what happened?
Robbie.
My boyfriend.
Can you phone my boyfriend and let him know what's happening? Yeah, so now Josh is free to harass Malloy, which he does incessantly. Yeah. The doctor gets in the ambulance though, and then just smashes through the wall and escapes. Yeah, he's Oski. That. All the other guys are being arrested, except there's one guy, a fake cop, and he's like, hey, I'm going to kill her, because he pulls a knife. Pulls a knife, holds it to Malloy's throat, and he says, I'm going to kill her. we're all going to walk out here nice and casual as if I'm a real cop and you're going to let me go. So Josh is like, oh, I don't know what to do. So then Elias turns up with a deadpan full of urine, splashes it on the dead guy's face, and snacks him in the face of the metal deadpan.
I thought you were a real cop.
Oh, shit! No, piss!
That was dirty.
It's great. Next thing you know, Josh and Malloy are back at his apartment. Yeah, they've been taking their by a limousine. Yeah, they have. They get out the limousine and suddenly the ambulance appears and smashes into Malloy. Oh dear. So it starts to chase Josh. He manages to get away, but he leads it on a merry chase. Yeah, the doctor's chasing him and he's almost going to kill him. And then Josh gets on top of a fence. The doctor drives the ambulance at him, full speed ahead, and smashes through the fence. Josh dodges out the way, and it turns out there's like a 30-foot drop on the other side of the fence. Yeah, the ambulance goes flying down into this pit and explodes. He's dead. He is dead. Then we cut to Josh and Malloy, both in the back of the same ambulance, a legitimate ambulance. They're both sort of strapped down to gurneys because they both got injuries, and they're they're trying to kiss. They can't reach each other. This is a funny movie. And that's the end of the movie, The Ambulance. Right, quickly give us some trivia. Right, Stan Lee, this is his first movie role, and he's playing himself. Yep, that's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting to see Stan Lee in something that's not Marvel. James Earl Jones and Joshua, Eric Roberts, starred together in Death of the Dest. Anything else? Yeah, Wesley Addy was supposed to play the Doctor, but they got rid of him and replaced him with Eric Draden. Alright, cool. The Doctor is quite a good character. We don't see much of him, but I quite like him. Anyway, that's The Ambulance from 1990. Let us know what you think. Hit like, hit subscribe, watch another video. He thinks he's God's gift to ladies. Yeah.